Did you know, according to the ASPCA, approximately 6.5 million companion animals enter U.S. animal shelters nationwide every year? In that same year, approximately 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized. But why do we kill such helpless animals? More animals are showing up in need of homes than people are willing to adopt. This causes shelters to become crowded and low on money, which is why they choose to euthanize their animals. Although this is one way to control the overpopulation, it's not the best way. In order for animal shelters to save the lives instead of taking them, the government needs to control the mass breeding of animals, such as those that occur in puppy mills and kitten mills. This will reduce the number of animals needing homes, and the animals that are already in shelters will have a better chance of being adopted. Animal shelters used to be a place to take homeless animals in need of a safe place until they could be adopted, but they are no longer a safe place. If an animal is of a specific breed, such as a pit bull, they have a higher chance of being euthanized. According to Save a Bull, about 75% of municipal shelters euthanize pit bulls immediately upon intake without them ever having any chance at adoption. Humans have continuously taken rights away from animals, and if the trend doesn't stop, people will begin to think the only solution to getting rid of an unwanted animal is by killing it. An expansion of this theory can be stopped by simply reducing the number of animals born. According to the Animal Rescue Corps, there are an estimated 15,000 puppy mills in the United States alone. In these puppy mills, mass breeding of the animal and selling to the public to the public for their own profit. These typically are in bad conditions because of the large number of animals and the small amount of space. Breeders usually take little care of their animals until they're able to sell, because they put profit over health and well-being of their dogs, according to the Puppy Project. Our government needs to regulate these places, or even better, shut them down completely. If the government did this, they could take control of the overpopulation and slow it down enough to clear up space in the shelters. Once there is space, the shelters will no longer need to euthanize because there will be enough places for the homeless animals to go. The animals seem to get the better deal out of this plan because they have a better chance at finding a new home, and the threat of being euthanized is no longer existent. But humans also benefit. When breeders sell, they typically ask for a high amount of when breeders sell their animals, they typically ask for a high amount of money, whereas at animal shelters, the adopter only has to pay the adoption fee. Not only do you have to pay a high price from breeders, but you most likely have to pay for the shots and vetting, which adds up over time. According to the American Kennel Club, if you acquired your dog from a shelter, he will most likely have been vaccinated, which will save you more money. The downfall of the plan will be it would put good breeders that follow the regulations that are put in place for animal safety out of business. Although there are some good breeders, there's no way to know the conditions of each, so the best thing to do would be to adopt from a shelter and help those who are in need to not be euthanized. Overall, euthanizing animals is inhumane. We don't kill homeless people for being without a home for an extended amount of time, so why do we kill animals who are in the same position? There are other methods that can stop the killing of these animals, but it takes work to do it, which most people don't want to do. Putting an end to animal mills could be the first step to making sure all shelters are no-kill, but you have to adopt from shelters to make it effective. The Humane Society wants people to know the number of euthanized animals could be reduced dramatically if more people adopted pets instead of buying them. Don't let an innocent animal be put down because you want a new pet. Give them a chance at life and they won't disappoint you. Ready?
You knew it.